Welcome, everyone. I hope you all have had a truthful new year. I want to thank you all for walking this journey with me in the year of 2025. Your feedback and connection were loving, truthful, warm. Um, Thank you. It meant a lot to me, and it still means a lot that we're able to create a platform where we can connect with souls who walk a similar paths, um, share similar ways of being. I was wanting to use the word similar truths, but that becomes, it's not about truths. It's just a heartfelt resonance that's there or not. And may we continue in 2026 to stay true to the beautiful, sensitive empaths, light workers, starseeds, multidimensional beings. I think that's the best, to just embrace all of you guys, to continue this journey together, because what I've realized, and I think that this is crucial to really come to terms with, um, is that the multitude of people who were open to receive nature's huge ascension journey is very, very, very minimal. It is so minimal. I was, I still am sometimes in a way. I'm a very idealistic person. I tend to see things rather from a pink point of view in through a Piscean, and that sometimes can also be very tricky to come into delusion, into fogginess that you cannot really see very clearly what's happening. Maybe I've been guilty of that too, because I was in the beginning when I started my ascension 15 years ago. Um, After a while, I started meeting more and more souls who seemed to be initiated by Shakti, who seemed to, some out of nowhere, be taken on this journey without looking back, needing to become radically honest with the self, starting a journey as a curse breaker of ancestral trauma, collective trauma. But the souls that picked up that spark, yeah, if I will talk percentages, maybe 5% of the human collective have picked up on Mother Earth, Mother Universe, Divine Mother. And so, um, why I wanted to touch this is because we this year, I wanted to say next year, but we're in 2026, you guys. It flew by like crazy, although it was horrendous. So horrendous year. I cannot say it anything different. The neck breaking pace in which I had to transmute and alchemize, it was unheard of. It this year last year. My psychology, it is still a bit because I feel, the energy is the energy of 2010 to 2025 is of course not over yet. We are still, ooh, it's gonna take us a while to really, really let that transmutational debris completely flow out of our systems. It has been incredibly deep, incredibly, yeah. I just become silent when I talk about 2025. But when we look at this year, 2026, it's going to be very potent for us, highly sensitive psychic souls, to restructure ourselves in what do I truly need? And that seems very simple, um, but it really isn't, because what you need, is that something that comes from your essence, your soul, or is it something that is still coming forth out of separateness? And that is something that we're going to um, get confronted with. Also, tomorrow we have the full moon in Cancer. It's really asking us to take a good look at what do I truly need, and why it is so important, for especially for the souls who have been activated by this huge ascension that we're in, to get very clear about who we are and what we need. Because if only 5% of this world is perceiving this, then we have to become very loving towards ourselves. We have to become very, we have to take care of ourselves big time. And a lot of us have been doing that already all their lives. But I invite you guys, because the biggest pitfall of empaths is not learning to lay back and receive. And I know what a lot of you guys already are going to say, Bo, there is nothing to receive because I don't have people around me. That is coming forth out of separateness. Divine Mother has so much to give. It has so much. It wants you to soften into her. It wants you to open your heart, open your belly, and receive her bliss, her softness, her warmth, her guidance, her innate wisdom. And we need Shiva for this. Shiva is the space holder. It's the emptiness, it's the void, it's the all. And if we don't hold space for Shakti, Divine Mother, we will continue projecting our needs on the outside world, towards the outside world, and we will stay stuck in the same loop as humanity has for eons, for centuries. So learning to open up, soften into the Divine Mother, holding space for her, taking time to hold space, whether it's in meditation, whether it's through art, whether it's nature, um, prayer, is becoming so important. It's becoming a more important dimension to embrace, because you're not going to um, receive this from your surroundings. Even if 80% of the people of this world would ascend, okay, that would, must be honest, that would make life quite more, how to put it, if it comes to intimacy, if it comes to our dual form. And you guys, I am very much about embracing duality as well as non-duality. So if 80% would have woken up, it would have nurtured our dual reality way more. But unfortunately, that is not the case, and that's something that is worth mourning about. This is It's used, you guys, and I think a lot of us are in denial still about this because it's maybe too painful to take a look at, to see that most people walking this earth don't have a clue, and I mean really none, no clue of all the energetics, all the light codes that has been happening, and in what depth and transformation it has been happening. And maybe maybe our hope, or I will talk for me, maybe my hope was way more positive about the magnitude of people who would wake up, because we have the internet. If we wouldn't have the internet, and I wouldn't have contact with you guys, and see on the internet there are a lot of people who also go through this tremendous awakening journey, then maybe I would have had a completely different perspective about this. It seemed like, and that is with how what you choose to surround yourself with. I chose to surround myself with people who walk the same path. So at the moment, I only interact with people who are on this awakening journey, whether it's through my channel, whether it's through coachings I started doing recently. I put a post on my channel that since 2 months I started coaching people who really need guidance of some sorts, and feel that I resonate with what they might need. So I felt I was ready to expand my service towards one-on-one coaching too. So if you're interested in this, you can email me, and then we'll make it happen. I also would be very appreciative if some of you who have the financial space would like to donate some money for me to keep this work going, to keep my passion going. Not everyone who walks the path of their heart gets rewarded with that in a financial way. I am not the one, and I don't care. Frankly, money is not the it really doesn't have a high priority in my life. But we are living in a world where money is much needed. So in that how do you say that? In that reality, it is something that, and I find it. I don't know if you feel it. It for me it is. I find it hard to ask. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I find it hard to ask. I was just a few minutes talking about empaths learning to receive. Bo, you get your own message back. Yeah, I do find it hard to receive. But here it goes again. If there are people out there who have the financial means to support my channel, it would be much appreciated. I have a PayPal link in my descriptions where you can donate if you feel. Okay, I'm gonna stop. My God, I'm so bad at this. Yeah. So where were we? Yeah, accepting that the minority, and it's a huge minority of souls, are awakening. Um, that means for me, I don't know what it means for you, that my connection with God, my connection with source, with essence, whatever you like to call it, is one of my top priorities and will continue to do so. And I can imagine for a lot of people that takes a lot of maturity to settle into. It's not something that the ego really gives you grace for, you know. It it will pull you down into the 3D world now and then to show you that you really need to come down. You really need to. You cannot do without this or that. And that's okay too, you know. That is a natural pull of duality. But the coming years are going to be about a lot of discipline, inner discipline, taking walk your talk. You know, when Saturn and Neptune are going to transit into Aries, it's about action. It's not about Pisces, the divinity, the dissolution, the grief. It's a completely different energy. Aries is really asking of us to take action, take responsibility for who we are, even if society and your environment is reflecting things back that really don't resonate, and then it becomes very important to walk your talk. If it's only for you, you know, I'm not talking even about your environment. It's honoring your own integrity, because when I go to bed at evening and I look at myself in the mirror, I I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. I am in peace with myself for staying true to me, and I can sleep with peace. And that's in the end for me what it's all about. That in the end of the day, I can look at myself in the mirror and know that I have lived a life that is true to me, even though this might be a very hard life for me, you know. And I think a lot for a lot of you guys, it's a hard life, but it can become less hard when we learn to love ourselves radically, when we honor our integrity, when we strengthen our bond with God, with Source, and when we once in a while reach out and connect with one another, for instance, on my channel, to really see that you're not the only one who is walking a path that is very lonely and will not be acknowledged by a lot of people. only by few. And for me, that is, if we wouldn't have the internet, I'm thankful. I'm not a technical person at all. That's so strange. I was always technicalities and YouTube and social media. It was nothing for me, but now I ended up, because of the lack of resonance in my environment, starting to make videos. And I felt there was a huge need for community there still, and it will become stronger even. I started creating videos here on YouTube, and I'm very grateful for you guys again, and I hope we will continue to support and connect each other this coming year. And so we feel a little bit less alienated, and give our dual reality connection, because in the end we're also just humans. We're not only energy, we're not only a spark of God. And I feel that is very important not to forget, because there are some very toxic spiritual people who completely amputate the humanness out of everything. And for me, what enlightenment is all about, it's about becoming more human. It's not about becoming less human. So if at one point when you are, or when you are interacting with a community, or you're interacting with people who make you feel less human, who shame you for having emotions, shame you for having needs, then go inward and check if that is a healthy environment for you. I've experienced this years ago, and it was very destructive and toxic for me. But I needed to experience that. I also believe we all need to experience certain situations in life to gain the wisdom of what isn't resonating with us anymore, if what is not helpful for us. So yeah, I leave you guys with this, and much love.